everybody. It's Sunday the 22nd of February 2026, and today we are working on the Ryobi Sawzall. I've had this about 25 years, and for the last maybe year, two, every once in a while this thing will like stop and then start back up again. Every kind of intermittent. But the last time I had this out, when I was cutting some brush up on Friday, it was stopping more often. I was holding the trigger in and it would stop, start back up again, stop. And when I was stopping, I was kind of shaking it around to see if it had bad connection, or it might be the switch, but I think it's the motor, and the motor is like $25. And if I went to Home Depot today and picked one up, it's like $49. And I think I can get one for like $45 on Amazon. Not a big deal. So I'm going to see if I can't take this apart, clean it up. Maybe you can go along with me when I do this and see if we can't fix it. I haven't had it apart in 25 years. It's been great. I have the drill I'm using over there to take this apart is still the original set that I had. I bought the Sawzall, the drill, skill saw, and a flashlight. And I bought that 25 years ago, I think, for like 160 bucks. Of course, I replaced all the batteries since then. 25 years, I've probably gone through 4 or 5 sets of batteries. They only last for about 3 years. But still seems to be working on all the other components. I have a new screw gun. The only reason I have a new screw gun, and this one here, is I went to, I always wait until like Christmas. That's usually the best buys I can get on Ryobi. And I went in there, I was going to get a couple batteries, and they had 2 batteries with a drill for a really good price, and the drill was basically like 25-30 bucks. I can't go wrong with that. Brand new drill. And then I'd have one in my truck, and then I'd have one in my garage, because it always seems I got projects. I want my drill, I got to go out to my truck, get my drill out of my truck, bring it into the garage. So now I have one for work and I have one for home in the garage. So it all worked out well. But other than that, these old blue Ryobi things have been lasting. Like I said, it's 25 years old and everything is working except for this. So let's get at it. I'll set you up and we'll start working on it. All right, so we're back. All right, hang on. Beep. I'm looking through my monitor here on my thing here. So, use the drill gun to get the screws out. We have screws here, one here, 2 here, a couple deep ones here, and up to the front. So, and there. So I took all those out, put them in the tray. Let's take this apart and see what we have here. And you could look online to see this. There's a look on YouTube. There's somebody who has one of these older ones. The newer ones are the 5/10s, and they got the little lever here that you can stick your blade into, lift up the lever, and then put the lever back down. It's right here. Mine has old school. Mine, you tighten up the little holder here with the Allen wrench. So there it is in its glory. I think I need to back that up a little bit, don't I? Yeah, back it up. There we go. So there it is. So what we're doing here is I got the electric motor and the switch. So that's a safety. You see the switch. Beep. All right, where am I? Okay, there we go. Got the little safety and then the switch here. And then we have the electric motor. Where am I? Right there. So I'm thinking this is something that's dirty in here. So what I'm going to do is pull this piece out. Where am I? Hello. There we are. I'm looking at my monitor. I'm going to take this thing out and separate this motor and the switch all in one, and then I'm going to clean out the motor and I'm going to clean out the switch with some contact cleaner. There, let's see here. Look at the picture. There we go. The LPS contact cleaner. Don't be using brake clean on this stuff, because that's too hard on the motors and it's too hard on the switch. You could melt something inside there. Brake clean is pretty caustic. I mean, this stuff, this LPS electric cleaner, contact cleaner is pretty strong too. And use it in a well ventilated area. I'll tell you what, I got my garage door closed, so I'm gonna have to kind of be careful here I don't get overwhelmed with this stuff. This stuff is pretty stinky. So let's see about getting this piece off here and see if we can get this motor separated here. It just lifts out, and there's 2 screws here. I'll leave these separate in case they're different size. This is probably going to be a longer screw than the ones I took out of the body. Yep, it's got threads instead of a screw. Oh, that's had a washer on it. I didn't get a washer with this other one, so it must still be stuck in there. There it is. This had a lock washer on it. Alright, take that apart. Oh, look at that. I'll take you out of the deal here and you can see the top of this motor. Yeah, it's pretty dirty. Gotta get it unlocked here. Yeah, look how filthy that motor is. See how gummed up that is? It's just all these 25 years. I'd never clean this thing out. There's some junk in there. I'll bring my air compressor over here and blow it out later. But that's the one that's stuck up into here. Fits up into there. So that's pretty dirty. And let's look down in there. I get in there with my flashlight, but yep, I'm going to give that a good cleaning. And then I'll spray up this switch. And then I'm going to take this apart. And I'll bring you back after I take that apart. But I'm going to clean this, which you don't need to see. It's just spraying in there. Spray that. But I'll bring you back when I take this apart. And we can look on the inside together. I'm going to use some of this white lithium grease to spray in here. And I'll probably end up cleaning that end. Here's that little piece I told you about that you stick the Allen wrench in through the other side. It goes into that thing there, and that tightens up around here, so this thing fits in it like that. The older one, the newer one's got a little lever. So, all right, let me clean this up. I'll come back and we'll get into that thing. All right, I'll be back. All right, we're back with this. I took the 2 screws out of here, and this is what the motor drives. And then up farther, I took these 4 out, and that's a cover. There we go. We'll take that cover off. All right. So we got this little, this is the thing that drives it around. Moves this thing back and forth. That's a neat little, looks like a train wheel, huh? Woo woo! That's all it does. So, I might take this apart a little bit, clean all this stuff up, blow it out, and then I'm going to hit it with some lithium, clean it all up, put it all back together, put this thing in here, and let that wipe my hands here on a paper towel, and put it back together in about an hour, or let it sit here and drain. I'm going to watch some NASCAR. But here in about an hour, we'll put it all back together, see what happens. Take you with me outside. I'm going to go cut on a limb, but here is this. Let me back this up a bit. Alright, come on, baby. Alright. Working with my new fingers today for some reason. That's that thing there. Goes, see where the gear goes up in there, turns that gear around, the motor. Yeah, interesting. So, we will get her all cleaned up. Let me get back in here. Get it all cleaned up, put it all back together here in about an hour after watch my NASCAR. Gotta watch my NASCAR. Gus and I, we sit in the chair and we both take a nap. And then I back it up and see who won, but no, I'll usually watch the whole thing. And we'll take it outside. Hopefully we'll get have some good light. It's only about 2 o'clock now. Not a race gets boring. I'm going to set my timer upstairs for about an hour. I'll shut the race off and take you with me. We'll go outside with this thing and see if we can get it to cut without stopping, or just at least run for a while. See if we can't fix it. All right, this is Rick from Git-R-Done. I'll be back. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Hitting that subscribe button kind of gets this thing, my series of Git-R-Dones, gets them out there where other people can click on them and watch them with you. So, all right, I'll be back. Bye. All right, we're going to come out here and cut on this branch thing here and see if it works. Without stopping. All right, that seemed to work. Okay, let's head back inside and conclude this. All right, well, hopefully I hit record on there. My glasses are dark. So I like my glasses the way they tip, and sometimes you walk inside, your glasses are all dark, and you end up walking into stuff. So the Sawzall seemed to work. Before I put the motor back on the gearbox, thing that kind of looks like a train wheel, I grabbed a hold of that gear, and man, I tell you, that motor was not turning very smooth even after I cleaned it out. It wasn't turning good before I started cleaning it. So I did spray some lube in there. That motor is probably not long in this world to go out. But there's another factor. This is sat inside here, is above 50 degrees. I had this sitting out in my truck overnight in the cold. And it was probably 30s, 35, something like that when I went to use this thing. So everything was cold. The batteries, the Sawzall itself. So what I'm going to do, and I think it's probably going to work fine for now, take this all apart, put it back in my little bag, throw my batteries. I'm going to put it in my truck for tonight. First thing when I get there tomorrow, I need to cut a couple mulberry trees. This thing kind of petered out on me when I was trying to cut these mulberries. And cut some of those up and finish it off. I think I might have cleaned it fine. I'm going to get some more of this stuff. It worked okay, but it didn't seem to have seems like some of the aerosol's missing. That's what happens. It's all liquid and hardly any aerosol, so I think I'm going to have to get another one. So that's it, and hopefully you got something out of that. If you got some tools, maybe breathe a little bit more life, take it apart, clean it, and give it a shot. Seems like this one's working, but I'll give it the ultimate test. If it doesn't seem to hold up, I'll put it on this video. I'll add something on the end of the video that it just didn't work when it was cold. And it needs to. It really does. So, this is Rick for Git-R-Done. And there's your dinner. Be nice to your neighbor. If anything else comes up with this puppy, I'll put it on right after this. All right, bye.